Oh, yeah. Well, it's break time. Break time, you get it? It's break time.
Mhm.
Man, I tell you, if you have a lift, it's it's it makes a difference. I'll tell you right now. It truly does. You know, that's really honestly what makes a good mechanic shop. Yeah, you need the nice tools, but you need a lift. That's it. I've worked on shit for so long in the dirt, on the ground. So you get to zoom in on that. This is all the way. This is brand new. See the difference? This one's pretty much gone. I gotta say one thing. You know, I'm not picking sides. I'm not allowed to pick sides. But Ford, I gotta give them credit on their older shit. Uh, knock on wood, it just comes apart like butter. Man, see those insides are wearing out good and plenty. Wearing out good and plenty. Okay, there's that, there's that. See, these are this one. Boom, boom. See, those are almost gone too. Those dudes, we'll use the thin one. We'll use the thin mints. Boom, boom. See, I'm coating these so that way I'm not out in the desert somewhere and they finish dry rotting on me. It's a little trick I learned back in Nam. Not really. So, it would seem that fall is upon us in the great state of Missouri. It is, it is. Tis, it is. You know, I've had probably around 200 vehicles. About that. Personal vehicles, not ones I flipped or used for now and then. But, and I got a DMV record to prove that. I've had, those are my personal vehicles, by the way. Everything from a Rolls Royce to a old beater ass Honda. And right around car number 50, you start losing your ump. About, you get your first car or something, you keep it clean, you keep it flawless. Right around car number 50, though, you still keep it good, but you just don't have the same, plus just time and energy and everything else gets distributed elsewhere. The moral is, it doesn't matter what you got as long as you take care of it. Now, the old boy I got this rig from, he was good and all. He was okay, but he never did shit to it, so he just drove it. And you can do that. Not a very good idea, but you can do it. Not a good idea at all. Not a good idea. Also, you want to get in the habit of doing your own work. because if your shit breaks down and you have to, you're going to pay for that lift. A lot of times I never realized that when I was really young. I'd be working on my shit and I'm like, man, you know, this much for a transmission. You're paying for the experience and the tools. You know, there could be 100, 200, 300, $500,000 worth of tools in that building. And that's all you're doing. You're paying for the experience and the tools. The moral is you probably want to do your own work. Hell, you'll feel better after you're done. Oh, at first it's a little nervous. You're like, oh man, I can't do that. And you get to realize it's like, oh, that ain't so bad. Not so bad at all, actually. Not so bad. I remember the first time I did an engine swap. Boy, I thought I was king shit there, boy. And you take a vehicle apart and you gotta put it back together. That's a whole nother story. It is, it is. Yes, it is. I got so many buddies. Back in the day, I used to race a lot. Like, a lot. Mainly out in the desert. I never raced too much back east. But all the guys that would always lose would never raise the hood of their car. You know, the guys that always won, they pretty much, you know, at least once a day or at least once a week, they had that hood up. Unless you get one that's already tuned, and you kind of really don't have to do much, like a Supra. A lot of my buddies, they had the real jacked up Mustangs, but Mustangs, they're good, but they're good when they're factory. When you start slapping turbos and shit on them, that's when you start, you know, Mustangs are fast to begin with, but when you start slapping turbos and shit, it's not designed. The pistons, the carrier bearings, the cam, it's not designed for that. Not designed for it at all. Come on. Come on. Oh, you're a bitch. La, 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 la. Yes, sir. But yeah, remember that next time your car breaks, you gotta take it to a mechanic. It's you're buying a little bit of parts, mainly experience, and the tools. I had a Toyota MR2 one time. Toyota MR2? Yeah, I had a Toyota MR2 and a BMW, I want to say 540. Two of the, I thought, were the worst brakes to do. Then, of course, there's the old Jaguar, the 80s, 90s Jaguar. Those are, I've never done those, but I heard Pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. And of course, you got probably Ferrari. That's a pain in the ass. Lamborghini. Shit like that. La dee 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 da dee da. That. Oh man. Bitch. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, I have to say this is one of the easier brake jobs I've done. I had a lot of stuff on this thing. When I got this, oh boy didn't do anything to it. He just drove it. A lot of people do that on accident. They just drive it because they don't have the money to fix it or they don't got the knowledge. But the truth is, you can get 300,000-400,000 miles out of a vehicle if you take care of it. You gotta do shit like the brakes. Side note, if you drive a Lexus, leave the fucking timing chain alone. Don't mess with it. I can't speak for the new ones, but if it's older than a 2015, you never have to change a timing belt. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I've seen more Lexus timing belts break after they were changed than if they would have just been left alone. Alright, that's not. That's not. Alright. Yep. If you have a 90s model Honda, if you have a 70 to 99 2000 Honda, you don't gotta do anything. Because you're just gonna mess it up. I probably had 20 Civics, 2 CRXs, 5 Accords. I truly have no idea. I'm just throwing numbers out, but that's that. You don't really have to do shit to Hondas either. Okay, that's that. Damn it. Anyway, here's something else you should remember. Don't put $5,000 in your cars and the thing run like shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't put rims and shit on it and your brakes barely work. You know? You get a car, you need to do a tune-up on it. Make sure you got good brakes. Make sure you got good tires. Because that some bitch can look nice. But if you're broke down on the side of the road, you're looking too fly. That's just the truth. I know a lot of dudes back in Las Vegas. It's a big car scene out that way, all the West Coast. Out here too, but anyways, out there, it's it, man. They get a $5,000-$10,000 paint job, get some $4,000 or $5,000 rims, get $3,000-$4,000 stereo. That some bitch died at every red light. Won't start, won't do nothing. Maintain your shit. It's actually pretty fun. And if you've never had no one to teach you, it's always YouTube. YouTube's badass, man. I'm telling you. Like, it's not a... Not a joke. They were being kind of hard asses there for a while, flagging everything and taking everything down. They're getting a little bit more lenient. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta give me some lock and lug nuts for this thing. Lock and lug nuts. Boom, just like so. Don't let people push you around a lot. Fight to the death. You'll thank me. Go ahead and turn it off.